Hello, my name is Latifa Al Maktoum. I was born on December 5, 1985. My mom is Huriya Ahmed Lamara. She's from Algeria. My father is the Prime Minister of UAE and the ruler of Dubai, Mohammed bin Rashid Saeed Al Maktoum. He has three daughters called Latifa. I'm the middle one. There's one older than me and one younger than me. And he has two daughters called Maryam also. I have 30 brothers and sisters total. I had to say that in case this video is discredited in any way, that no, there is a Latifa there and a Latifa there. Yeah, there's three Latifas. I'm one of them. I'm the middle Latifa. My full sisters are Metha and Shamsa. They're both older than me, and Majid, he's younger than me. And I'm making this video because it could be the last video I make. Pretty soon I'm going to be leaving somehow, and I'm not so sure of the outcome, but I'm 99% positive it will work. And if it doesn't, then this video can help me, because all my father cares about is his reputation. He will kill people to protect his own reputation. He only cares about himself and his ego. So this video could save my life. And if you are watching this video, it's not such a good thing. Either I'm dead or I'm in a very, very, very bad situation. So where do I begin? In 2000, my sister Shamsa, while she was on holiday in England, she was 18 years old, going on 19, she ran away. And in the 2 months that she was free, we were in contact, and I was still in Dubai with my mom and my other sister, whereas she had traveled with her stepmom and all of them. So while she escaped because she didn't have much freedom in Dubai. She didn't have freedom to do the things that, anybody in a civilized world would take for granted, like driving a car or traveling or, just making choices for your own future. Freedom of choice is not something that, we have. So when you have it, you take it for granted. And if you don't have it, it's very, very special. So yeah, she ran away, and the whole time she was communicating with me. I was 14 years old at that time. And Shamsa was... I saw her almost as a mother figure. She was my big sister. She was like a mother also to me, because she really cared about me. I would speak to her every single day. So yeah, when she left, it was a little bit hard. I was happy for her, but at the same time I was worried about her. And what she did was, she also contacted one of her friends in Dubai, whose name is Layla Harib. And she kept calling Layla. And what my father has done is he went to Layla's house and he tried to bribe her with a Rolex, and he said, we need to tap your phone to track Shamsa to see where she is. So that's what they did, and Layla told Shamsa, she told her, my phone is bugged, they're trying to find you, be careful. And Shamsa told me that, and I told her, stop calling Layla, because if you call her, they're going to find you. I think she was very lonely in the UK by herself. She had nobody else to talk to, so she talked to us and she kept talking to Layla. So yeah, after 2 months, they found her. Basically, she was on the streets, and a bunch of guys in a car just drove up. They found her, they grabbed her, kicking and screaming, threw her in the car. And she was driven somewhere by helicopter. She was driven to a helicopter somehow, ended up in France, and from France she came to Dubai. She was drugged on the plane. It was a private jet, so nobody was checking anything. She was drugged, brought back to Dubai, and basically put in this building. The building is called khayma, which means tent in Arabic, but it's not a tent, it's just called a tent. And it's in Zabil Palace, the property of my stepmom, Hind. And she was kept there and locked there. And during that time, we could send her some things, like clothes or whatever. So we snuck in a telephone for her. We, meaning me and my adopted sister Muna Lamara. We were in contact with her, and we snuck in a telephone so we could talk to her. So while she was inside, she contacted some journalists in the UK, and they released the story to The Guardian. I think it was around May 2001 when the story came out. I'm not really sure. The story is, Google Shamsa al-Maktoum, and it's the first things that come up. Her escape and all of that. So when the story came out, I think they realized that somehow she was in a communication or somebody was helping her, whatever. So the police went and they took Muna from her university and they questioned and tortured her. And my sister Metha came to my room in the evening the same day, and she said Muna was taken by the police and they're questioning her and beating her up, basically. What do you know about Shamsa? And Metha was kind of acting like the interrogator, you know, like, I'm going to interrogate you to get information from you. I said, I don't know anything. And anyway, I went and I told my other adopted sister, Fatma Lamara, who, by the way, was kept in a cabin in our house. She was kept, it's another story. She's kept in a cabin on our property, but locked up, separated from the rest of the family because she's naughty. Her naughty behavior. She's rebellious. So she's basically kept in a cage in our house. And anyway, I wrote a note for her, and I told our housemaid to give it to her, to slide it under her door. And she did. And I told her, you know, Muna's been taken and she's been questioned by the police and everything. And then Fatma just went crazy. She just like broke down the window. She and the door. She threw the metal thing outside the window. She broke it. She got out. She took a knife. She was threatening Ali, who is he's a chef, but he's also like the brother-in-law of my father's right-hand man. So he's kind of like in charge of the staff or whatever. So she took a knife and she was threatening him, like, I want to see Muna, I want to see Muna. So they took Fatma, they put her in prison and they tortured her also. And then they realized that she knew nothing. We didn't tell her because we couldn't tell her that we were in contact with Shamsa. Anyway, what happened after that? Yeah, so that day I kind of lost everyone. All my friends, all my sisters, everything. I lost everyone that day. It was a very hard day for me. And of course, I lost my communication with Shamsa. So, approximately a year later, as a 16-year-old, I decided that I'm going to escape. Back then, I didn't have the internet. It was 2002. Internet existed, but I didn't have it. They wouldn't allow me to have internet. I didn't have internet, I didn't have a phone. The only phone I had was given to me by my friend. So it wasn't approved by my family or anything. So I decided I'm gonna escape. I'm gonna leave UAE. I'm gonna find a lawyer in another country. Like, I'm gonna go to Oman. I'm gonna just go there and I'm gonna find a lawyer or something, and I'm gonna help Shamsa. And the worst case scenario, if they catch me, they're gonna put me with her. I'm gonna be in prison with her, so at least I can see her and I'm happy, and she knows that she has somebody with her and she's not gonna do anything crazy. She's not gonna hurt herself. She has her sister with her, so she's not gonna do anything, you know? So I was thinking either I get her help or I get put in prison with her. So in 2002 I escaped. And they caught me at the border, and yeah, like, I was very, very naive. I thought you could just go. I thought you can just, there's like a border and then there's like sand or what. I didn't realize what the border looks like. I've never been to a border in my life. I didn't have the internet to research it. I didn't have anyone to talk to give me advice. I was totally by myself. I had no one. Nobody even knew what, like, I mean, my friends around me in school, like, they didn't know what I was going through. I couldn't talk to anybody about it. So, yeah. And I wasn't allowed out. I wasn't allowed to go outside. Like, I was going to school. I would sometimes go to the family stables to horse ride. And apart from that, I didn't do anything else. and then I went home. So I didn't know anything. So yeah, they caught me at the border basically, and then they found out who I was. They brought me back to Dubai, and my father's right-hand man put me in prison under my father's orders, and then all his CID guys, they put me in prison and they tortured me. Basically, one guy was holding me while the other guy was beating me, and they did that repeatedly. I think the first time they tortured me, I didn't feel any pain because I was in so much shock. It was like somebody was hitting me through a pillow or something. I could see what they were doing, but I was like, are they just destroying my body? What's going on? I didn't even, the pain didn't register because I think I was in so much shock, and it was a long day with little sleep, and the pain didn't, I didn't feel the pain, and it was like a half-hour torture session. And then the next times I was tortured, it was for 5 hours. And yeah, I was just pulled from the bed, driven to another location, in the palace, in the same building, the khema, the tent, which is not a tent. And yeah, they tortured me. I knew how long it was because I had a watch. And they told me that your father told us to beat you until we kill you. That's his orders, your father's orders. Your father, the ruler of Dubai, that's what he said. So all of this public image that he's trying to portray, human rights, is bullshit. He's the most evil person I've ever met in my life. He's pure evil. There's nothing good in him. He's responsible for so many people's deaths and ruining so many people's lives. He doesn't care about anyone. He only cares about his image, his reputation, and he will gladly kill somebody, but he doesn't do it himself. He doesn't do the dirty work himself. He'll just get other people to do it. He doesn't care. After my uncle died, he killed one of his wives. He killed her. Everyone knows about it. The Moroccan one. Because she was too, her behavior was too outrageous. She was too, I think she just talked too much, and he felt threatened by her, so he just killed her. Of course, he couldn't do that when my uncle was alive, but he could do that after my uncle died. Everybody knows what kind of person he is. So in total, I was in prison for 3 years and 4 months. I went in June 2002, and I came out October 2005. I don't know, I'll do the math. But in 2003, for a week, I came out of prison. They put me back home. Home. It's not home. It's my house. My mom's house. They put me back there for a week. And it was surreal. When I went home to see my mom, I expected some sympathy, maybe, since prison was not a normal prison experience. It was constant torture. Even when they weren't physically beating me up, they would torture me. They would switch off all the lights. I was in solitary confinement by myself, totally. And there's no windows, there's no lights. So when they switched off the light, it was pitch black. They could switch it off for days. So I didn't know when one day ended and the next began. And then they would make sounds to harass me, and then they would come in the middle of the night, pull me out of bed to beat me, and it wasn't a normal prison experience by any means. It was just torture, and they didn't give me anything. I didn't have a change of clothes, so I wore the same clothes, and I would try to stay as clean as possible, but after the torture sessions, I couldn't even walk, so I would crawl to the bathroom to get water, to open a tap to get some water. I would just crawl on my hands and knees. There was no medical help at all. They didn't care. They wanted me dead anyway. And Yeah, so I didn't have anything. I had a thin mattress that had holes in it and had stains of blood and shit, and it was disgusting. It smelled so bad. I had a thin blanket, also, it was so disgusting. And I had the clothes I was wearing. And then I think in the last few months, they gave me a toothbrush, just one toothbrush, you know? So I didn't, I didn't, it was so hard to stay clean. And towards the end, they gave me some clothes wash, like Tide, you know, the clothes washing powder. So I would use that clothes washing powder on my skin to try to stay clean, you know. It was really disgusting. So yeah, so after that experience, I went to the house for 1 week, and it was from that to a house with soap and clothes and this and that. It was like a shock to me. So I would shower like 5 times a day because I could. There was warm water, there was soap, there was a towel, there was clothes. I couldn't believe it. There was toothbrush, there was food, like proper food, not food in like little container, meat and rice, meat and rice. It wasn't like these little container boxes, you know. It was food. Like I can eat fresh food. Um, I was very, very anemic when I came out. I had lost so much weight. All of my clothes were hanging off me, and I couldn't. I needed to get new clothes. Um, and everything was just a shock to me. So I remember, it's very weird, but I remember when I came out of prison for the first time, even in the car. I remember the car felt like it was going so fast because I had not moved for 1 year and 1 month. So the car felt like I was in a roller coaster. I was like, wow, this is just going so fast. And then when I went home, having all these people talking normally to me, like normal after what I've been through, I don't know what normal is anymore, you know, like nothing is normal. Every time, I mean, even now, if I hear a noise, I just wake up. And I remember for a few years after I came out of prison, whenever I could hear a noise outside the door, I would just jump up out of bed, you know, I would just jump. I wouldn't, and I would stand on my feet because I'm ready, you know, I'm ready for anything. Yeah. So, yeah, that wasn't a good time. So after a week of being at the house back with my mom, my sister, and she didn't show me compassion at all. Actually, what she said to me was, "You think your prison experience was bad? There's others that's so much more worse than that." And when that happened, I felt really, really disappointed and sad. I really expected some compassion from her, like any kind of mother, but there was no compassion. I also didn't get any compassion from my sister, Metha. She didn't. But it's okay, you know. They could have helped me if they wanted to, but they didn't. But at the same time, they didn't put me inside. But they could have helped me. They could have visited me if they wanted to. They could have fought for me a little bit more. They could have had some compassion, but they kind of looked at me like, "Oh, you did this to yourself." No, I didn't. I didn't tell Shamsa to run away from England. I didn't tell her to keep calling Layla. I didn't tell her to get caught. I didn't do this to myself. My only thing was I was trying to defend my sister and trying to help her, and that's what happened to me. So back to me being in the house. So I only stayed in the house for 1 week because after 1 week I had somewhat of a breakdown. I don't remember how exactly the fight started, but I just kept screaming that I wanted to go see Shamsa, and I couldn't stop screaming. It was like, I can't explain it. I literally just kept screaming and screaming that I want to see Shamsa, I want to see Shamsa, I want to see Shamsa. And that ended up, like, I was physically trying to fight people, so they were holding me. And I don't remember who they called. They called the police, but at some point there was some men holding me again. And then there was a doctor. I saw a doctor and she injected me. And then they took me either in a car or in an ambulance. I don't remember. I think it was a car because I was just screaming. I couldn't remember. They tried to tranquilize me. It didn't work the first time. They put me in the hospital. I remember them sticking things on me, tranquilizing me again. And then I just remember flashes of like being in the hospital bed and waking up and seeing people trying to feed me, and then, you know, like waking up in the bathroom and then waking up, like I lost some time. Then I lost a few days. I had no voice because I lost all my voice from all the screaming. So yeah, and then it took me a while to, I don't know how much they tranquilized me or what they gave me, but I lost some days. And then then I spent 1 week in the hospital, and with no voice, and the nurses there were very, very, very good, and they were trying to make it as normal as possible for me, like not to treat me like a mental patient, because I'm not a mental patient. I told them what I went through, with my very weak whisper. I could talk to them and tell them like what happened to me, and they were really good, and they tried to make me feel normal. And anyway, so after 1 week in the house and then 1 week in the hospital, they put me back in prison again. So in total, I spent 3 years and 4 months in prison. And I didn't know how long I'd be in there for. They just told me, your father said, we'll beat you until we kill you, and that's it. And yeah, they didn't manage to kill me. They wanted to, but they didn't manage to. So when I got out, the second time when I got out of prison, I of course, I just, I hated everyone. I didn't trust any people at all. Like for me, all people were bad. All people were not to be trusted. All people, they were just against you, Like that's how I felt. So I spent a lot of time with animals. With the horses, with the dogs, with cats, with birds, with just different kinds of animals. I would spend my days with animals, and then I would go to my room and watch movies or something, but I wouldn't interact with people. I didn't have anyone I trusted. And then so it took me, I don't know how many years coming out of prison to fully recover from that experience. I don't know when I started to be more normal. I don't know if I'm normal now. I mean, it's something that really changes you, makes you lose trust in people. The summer of 2017 is when a lot of things changed that kind of pushed me to go. Like, I can't wait any longer for Shamsa to get better so I can take her with me. I realized, this took me almost 10 years to realize that me being here is not helping her at all. I can't help her here. I need to leave. And that's the only way I can help her. That's the only way I can help myself. I can help her. I can help a lot of people, is to leave. Being here, I cannot help her at all. So, and also in 2017, I lost a good friend in the summer, and it made me see how life is so short. There's no guarantees. Just there's no reason to keep waiting for somebody to make a change or somebody to be ready. There's no reason to keep waiting. Just go. Just make the big step. Go. Shamsa will be fine without you, and once you're gone, you can help her. So I need to make this video in case I don't make it. It's not going to be in vain. Somebody will have some footage. I have to remember to say everything, because this could be the last video I made. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. They will for sure try to discredit this video and say it's a lie or it's an actress or something, for sure. I don't know what else to say about me. I'll just say more information about me. I went to Dubai English speaking school when I was a kid, and then I went to International School of Shurafat, and then for 1 year I went to the Latifa school for girls. And then when I got out of prison, I was horse riding in Zabil stables, and then I was scuba diving in Fujairah, and then I started skydiving with Skydive Dubai. So there's a lot of people who can, who know me. They know my face, they know how I talk, they know me. So even if they try to discredit me, I hope some of my friends along the way will say, I know Latifa, and that's really her, and you know. Anyway, I look like my sister Metha. I look like my brother Majid, and they're both famous figures, so even if they try to discredit me, I look like my siblings. So, and I've also given copies of my passport and my certificates and all of that stuff, which, by the way, I don't have possession of my passport. They won't give me my passport. My UAE passport is never in my possession. I just got a photocopy of it when I did my when I did my GCSE exams. After I left prison, I did some exams and they required a passport copy, so I took a picture of my passport then. And also when I did my tandem rating for skydiving, the FAI, I don't know what it's called, they require some medical clearance, and which requires a copy of your passport. So I managed to copy the copy of my passport. They wouldn't even give me my passport, but they gave me a copy of my passport. So I'm not allowed to drive. I'm not allowed to travel or leave Dubai at all. I can't. I haven't left the country since 2000. I've been asking a lot just to go traveling, to study, to do anything normal. They don't let me. I have a curfew when I go out and I come back home. I have to be back at a certain time. My mom, she always, she needs to know exactly where I am. The drivers report back to my father's office where I go, etc., etc. We have assigned drivers. We're not allowed to get into anyone's car. I have to go with the driver. The driver has to know exactly where I am. Yeah, so that's my life basically. It's very restricted. I can't even go to another emirate without permission. I can't, so I have to be in Dubai. Yeah, so yeah, even if they try to discredit me, I have a lot of data that they can't discredit me. Well, they will try, and then they will be discredited. So yeah, this could be my last video. I hope it isn't. I hope I never use this video. I hope this video just gets deleted and we're all okay. But this video needed to be made. I don't know what else I need to say. So what I'm hoping for after I leave is that I get my passport and I have freedom of choice in my life, and I can help Shamsa from wherever I am. I can say, give her her passport, let her travel, let her see me. And I think that's the only way to help anyone, including myself. I don't know what else to say. I can talk about a lot of things that I've seen in my life. When I was 6 months old, my father's sister wanted me, so she took me away from my mom. So I lived for the first 10 years of my life in the palace, believing that my aunt was in fact my mother. And I would visit my real mother maybe once a year. I would never sleep there. I would just spend the day and go to the palace at night. And when my younger brother was 3 months old, my mom also gave him, well, that one was more voluntary because she didn't want me to be alone, so she gave my brother to me so that we're both together. So yeah, for the first 10 years of my life I was living a lie. Then I discovered who I was, and then I went to live with my mom, and I was fighting to go live with my mom. And Shamsa was fighting for us to go live with her. So I always saw Shamsa as this person who rescued me. So I was trying really hard to rescue her. But so far I haven't been successful. I don't know what else they'll probably do. They'll probably tell Shamsa to make some video talking about how I'm a liar, or try to discredit me or something like that. For sure they will try to do that. Knowing them. Of course she will. She has no freedom. she can't do anything, you know. She's right now she has a psychiatrist with her, and she's surrounded by nurses. They're in her room when she sleeps. They take notes of when she wakes up, when she sleeps, when she eats, what she says, the conversation she says. They watch her take her pills. They make sure that she takes all of her pills. These drugs to control her mind. I don't know what they are. And so her life is totally controlled. Oh yeah, and in the summer also, what happened, which I should have said, is Shamsa was discovered with a few mobile phones. So my mom and my other sister, they got paranoid that she was going to try to contact the journalists in England again to talk to them about her situation or whatever. Try to tarnish my father's reputation, basically. They were scared of that. So that's when her situation got more controlled. That's when the psychiatrist was brought in to stay with her full time. She was already dealing with psychiatrists, but never somebody who was staying with her like as much as she is now. And full-time nurses with her all the time. Basically like walking around with a cage following her, you know? So she has no freedom. So basically, yeah, I think what they will do is they will try to use her to discredit me. That would be amazing. Because yeah, they will try to use her to discredit me. They will never be able to get me to discredit myself because, you know, they're not gonna take me back alive. So that's not gonna happen. I don't know what else to say. I mean, this has been like a crazy, almost 2 decades already, since 2000 it started. We're in 2018 now. It's been really, really crazy. A lot of people's lives have been hurt. A lot of people tortured. A lot of people lost their lives. A lot of things happened, you know. He covers up a lot of murders. He doesn't care. My father. He's the worst criminal you can ever imagine in your life. And he has this image of so modern and all this bullshit. I have 30 brothers and sisters. He only puts the pictures and he has this public image like he's a family man. That's all bullshit. He doesn't. It's just PR. He has a son in Lebanon that he never sees. He met him maybe once or twice, and he gave him a handshake, you know, when his son came to Dubai. He's neglected, and so many of his kids. He's not a father. He's really, really disgusting human being. Yeah. The way he lives his life and the way he treats other people is not what's being portrayed by the media, his media. Remember, Dubai, the media is controlled, as is much of the Middle East. I don't know what else to say. I feel like if this thing kills me, or if I don't make it out alive, at least there's a video. It's sad that it's come to this point that I have to make a video, but I have to. I don't know what else to say. I'm trying to think of anything, everything. What else can I say about my life? Don't know what else to say. I really hope I don't need this video. And I'm feeling I won't need it. I'm feeling positive about the future. I'm feeling like it's the start of an adventure. It's the start of me claiming my life, my freedom of choice. I don't expect it to be easy. Nothing's easy, but I expect it to be the start of a new chapter in my life, and one where I have some voice, where I don't have to be silenced, and I can talk about myself, I can talk about Shamsa, I can talk about what happened with us, Um, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'll feel just waking up in the morning and thinking, I can do whatever I want today. I can go wherever I want. I have all the choices in the world like anyone does. That'll be such a new, different feeling. That'll be amazing. I'm really looking forward to that. There's only so much you can do when you're trapped in a country and trapped by all these restrictions. There's only so much a human being can do. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to Shamsa having a better life. I'm looking forward to a lot of things. Yeah, I really feel like this is a start of just a new chapter in my life. I have no reason to stay in Dubai at all. I have no reason to come back here. I have people I love, but they can come see me. You know, the people in my family who I care about, my friends, they can come see me wherever I am. And that's also hard because I don't know where I'm gonna be after this. I don't know where I'm gonna be based. I don't know where I can live. I don't know anything. I don't know where I'm going. I really don't know. I know where I'm stopping. I know where I have to be for a while, but I don't know where I'll end up. Which is kind of nice also. I have all the options then, hopefully. Yeah. Did I forget to say anything? What do I talk about? Do I talk about all the murders? Do I talk about all the abuse I've seen? Do I talk about what? I don't know what to talk about. Because that would be a very, very long story. I don't know. I shouldn't I? He's responsible for a lot of deaths. He is a major, major criminal. Major criminal. There is no justice here. They don't care. Especially if you're a female. Your life is so disposable. They don't care. He's even burned down houses to hide the evidence. He's burned down houses. He's crazy. I think it's time that he faces the consequences of all the things that he's done in his life. He will. He will definitely face the consequences, no matter what he does to me. All the torture, everything, I'm not scared of him. He doesn't scare me. He's pathetic. Pathetic human being. And he's going to face the consequences of everything he's done, not just to me, but to everyone else. He will face the consequences. Yeah. Okay. I think there's nothing more in me to say now. Hopefully I don't need this video. Any final words? Any final words? Thank you to all my friends and to the people who really care about me, and to the family members who do care about me. You know who you are. Not all of you care about me, but some of you do. Thank you to those people. And if I don't make it out, I really hope that some positive change will happen from all of this.